What up, guys? Kate from Base Damage, just giving you a little bit of a heads up on this video. This is part of the recording from the Azure Lane podcast with me, Gothmom, and Rex. It includes a section that I cut out because the recording was very long and I already had to edit it super heavy anyway. So I removed a chunk of... I removed a lot from that podcast, and it was still like an hour and a half and some change. But this is the trial decks that we went over. In the podcast, I just left the section where we went over the booster set. This was a this was the trial deck portion, just going over each of the because there was like 4 of them, going over each of the decks for the Azure Lane set. And hope you enjoy. Take care. And then we get into the trial deck stuff. So the first one's Eagle Union. I'm just kind of glance over stuff real quick. I guess we could highlight the climax combos from each of the decks, if nothing else. So.
Oh, it's Craven. I messed up. I was like, Cassin. No, it's Craven.
What you craving? Anyway.
Oh, the card that was wrong.
I know. I'm just messing.
Called it Cassin. It's Craven.
Okay. So
just messing up all.
In the Eagle Union one, San Diego is the climax combo, unless there's 2, but we'll find out when we get there. 104k on play, it gains 3k for the turn. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed with using a pants climax, and you have experience of 2, you can discard 1 card. If you do, choose up to 2 warships in your waiting room, add them to your hand, and then this gains 1,000 power for the turn. Or choose one of your characters that gains 1,000 power for the turn. Sorry. So she gets big in general, so she's more than likely going to reverse. So she's going to be like 8k minimum with the 2. So that's really cool. Checking to see if there's any other combos for Eagle Union. There's Yorktown is in there for you, brother. Oh, Enterprise has a combo in here. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I really, when it comes to the Eagle Union, I really like Minneapolis. She's just a cool character.
I'm just scrolling up to Minneapolis. Where is Minneapolis? Oh, I see it. Gotcha. Just that looks, honestly, her like design and everything is really freaking cool.
Yeah, I really like her.
Let's see. Enterprise is a on play, draw 2, pitch 1. When this attacks, if you have the pants, you can pay 1. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a warship, deal 3 damage to your opponent. Then until the end of your opponent's next turn, this cannot be reversed. That's actually really cool. I don't know. I kind of like this. I wish it was like reveal, and if it's a warship, you can pay cost, as opposed to you have to pay the cost and then reveal. So that would be my only gripe. But otherwise, it's not the worst in the world. Regardless, No. You do have to show that it's a warship for it to also gain the cannot be reversed. Because then it says then until the end of your opponent's turn. So yeah, if you don't try to burn, or if you don't do the burn attempt, it doesn't gain that can't be reversed thing. So that's whatever. But that's still pretty freaking cool. I will say the art for that is also really nice. So just the deck itself comes with 8 pants. Like, okay.
Only pants.
Royal Navy for yellow. Got Javelin in there. Got a whole bunch of the cool ones. Okay. I was almost called her Dildo for the fucking... for the level 1 combo, I almost called her Dildo.
Oh.
Dido, or is it Dido?
Should be Dido.
Dido? Okay. 1045 during your turn for each of your other warships gains 500. So offensively it can be a 6-5. With a choice, it is a 7-5. And you do have to reverse. When battle opponent becomes reversed, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 warship characters or Royal Navy event. So, always good.
Oh.
And show them to your opponent, add them to your hand, send the rest to the waiting room. So, we gotta see what that event is to see how that combos. Also, Duke of York is in here. Sorry, I just like the Vampire Whammon. Illustrious is the other one, but we're going to...
You would have loved Emden.
Yeah. Illustrious is the other combo, but the Royal Navy event is, if you don't have a Royal Navy, can't be played from hand. It's a 1 cost, level 1. You can send one of your Royal Navy characters to the waiting room, look at up to 4, choose... oh, fucking shit. If you do, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 4 Royal Navy characters among them. Show them to your opponent. Add them to your hand. Okay. Okay. I'm like, why are you sacking a character and paying a one? Okay, that's why you're paying 1 stock and sacking a character to potentially add 4 cards to hand. Okay, make it certain I'm reading that right. Yeah, choose up to 4. Interesting.
That's always good.
Yeah, so Illustrious is the other combo. I'm already liking the fact that there's each of them have 2 climax combos per deck, which is really cool. On play, heal 1 and she gains 15, making her 11. At the start of your encore, if you have the choice, and this is in your front row, and you have 2 or more other warships, pay 1, choose one of your warship characters. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, it gains the ability that the character across gets -3 soul. Definitely like that. You do have to choose an other warship, so you can't pick her, but if you play multiples of her, it doesn't matter. So, let's see. We get the Fubuki lookalike in Kawakaze. Scrolling down. Akashi, what up? Let's see. Green, we're in green for all of this now, I just realized. Sakura Empire. I do not see a combo. Ayanami is the level 1 combo. During your turn, she gains 2k, making her a 1065. With a gold bar climax combo, becoming a 7/5. If you have 2 or more other warship characters when this attacks, look at up to 4 from the top of your deck. Choose a warship, add it to your hand. Send the rest to waiting room. If you added a level 3 or higher character, draw 1, pitch 1. That is an interesting little tidbit to add on to there. So I do like that. That's cool. Scroll down a little bit more. We have Akagi, which combos with the Kaga. The Kaga basically is on play, you pay 1 to summon the Akagi. The Akagi is on play from hand or by the auto is heal 1. When this attacks, if you have the bar, pay 1, pitch 1, deal 2, burn 2, and then this gains at 1k. So on attacking, it got a reverse. Pretty cool. Then we are in the Iron Blood, so I'm going to let you take over those for the climax combos because I don't want to get shanked.
Oh my goodness.
Scrolling down to the combos. Prince Ujin. There you go, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Also, oh god, what was it when I had a World War II and a bombing situation when it came to the Kaki and Kaga, but I will not discuss that.
No.
I was like, oh yeah, remember that one time? But okay, so
that one time, this explosive meeting, Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So when it comes to all of this Iron Blood, so I don't care too much about the Z1. There's the Admiral Pipper. During your opponent's turn, all your other warship characters gain plus 500. Hey, what's this? Flip over 5 cards from another 5-card brainstorm, but it's a draw.
Yeah, I've seen those a lot in the trial decks.
Yeah, usually it's the draw brainstorm. Actually, you're right. I do like so when it comes to the game, Z23 is my starter boat. Was my starter boat. So I really like her in general, and then what does she choose? She is
Yo, her SP be looking good though.
Yeah, I love her SP. Absolutely love this SP. So she does 2 things. She's a clean cut, and then also a level reverser.
Hell yeah.
So it basically, if it's a level 0,
she can
it's a guaranteed clean cut.
Yeah, pretty much. She just has to basically...
As long as you have a space in your back row, it's a guaranteed clean cut. Unless there's effects like, oh, this card cannot be reversed by a for whatever reason.
Or you see some level zeros that are like, oh, this gains +1 level type thing. It's like, well, not today.
Exactly. And Z24, pay 1, discard a warship, look up to X. X is equal to the number of your opponent's characters. I do like that because it's like, oh, opponent has full field. Well, oh, I'm just gonna look up to everything, and then also when a climax is placed on your opponent's climax area, you can send her to stock. So that's really nice.
Getting Asuna vibes there.
Let's see. So I'm trying to see if anything else major when it comes to this TD. Pay 1, sack a Kotsky.
U96 is on play. Pay 1, pitch a climax to add back a climax. So you got the climax swap there.
And then also, the Iron Blood event does that.
Okay. The Elbay is a free 2k backup. Like, you don't typically see that in most draw decks. So, that's pretty cool.
And then the triple rare is just great.
Yo. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's see, when card draw a card, discard. Prinz Eugen.
Yeah, definitely talk about that.
This would be the level 1 combo I would run, probably, if I ran like a door or gate standby sort of thing, because yeah, I really likes I likes the Prinz Eugen.
Definitely that SP art, like, oh my god.
Yeah, the SP's great, and also the that voice actress is great too. So it requires experience too. So okay, addendum. If all your characters are worship, she gains 1,000, so she's 5/5 before the 1k one. Experience 2, discard a card on attack if you have the door climax in your climax area and you have experience 2 or more. You pay the cost, and then you choose a warship character in your waiting room, add it to hand until end of your opponent's next turn. This card cannot be reversed.
Which is kind of interesting on that.
Nice.
Like, if it goes, like, obviously, you know, the salvaging back. But making it so it can't be reversed is different from, like, once again, I always compare shit to the Aaron that bounces back to hand. It prevents your opponent from being able to on reverse combo. This does the same thing, but without bouncing, so it's kind of funky.
Yeah. Yeah, I find it very interesting. And also, it doesn't, like, sometimes it's like, oh, this can't be reversed by cost blah blah blah, or certain things of that nature. That's usually, it's like, oh, you can't be reversed by this very specific subset
to also say, like, better than the Aaron, because the Aaron has to reverse to get his combo to do that. This just says on attack. You don't have to reverse with her.
Yeah, it's on attack. It's like, cool. Oh, I ditch a card, oh, I do this.
This is pretty cool. Oh damn, speaking of standby targets, Prince Aldebert is a really good standby target. Just saying. Aldebert?
Yeah, it is. So. Aldebert. Yeah, it'd be a 7/5, 1/1. And she has a very good triple rare. Wesser?
Ooh, Bismarck is the other climax combo.
I know. Bismarck is one of my favorite boats ever. Does Prinz Heinrich do anything?
No, you have to have, like, experience 5 for her.
Yeah, it's experience 5.
But the buff is only during your turn, so that's kind of where it's like, oh.
For each of your other warship characters.
Now, okay, to say if this goes off during your turn, she gets 1,500. If you have the experience, 1,500 for each of your other warships. That is plus 6k if you have a full field.
Yeah, she can get chonky.
So, and she does have a neat, like, at the start of your encore step, if you don't have any other rested characters, you can pay 1 to save her. Because the buff is only during your turn, she goes back down to 75 during your opponent. So, but you only have to pay 1 to save her if that goes off. That's pretty freaking cool. So,
and then
Tirpitz is generic on play heal.
Yeah, it's pretty generic. Bismarck. When she's placed on stage, you can look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card from among them, add to hand, send the rest to waiting room. Climax combo is another door gate climax. And so it's pay 1, ditch 1.
On play.
If this is in your front row, you may pay the cost if you do. This turn, all of your other characters gain the following ability. So it gives it to everyone else. And then on attack, look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Choose up to 2 cards from among them, put them on top of your opponent's deck in any order, and send the rest to waiting room. So literally, it's choose up to 2. So you don't have to choose any.
So you want to know the fun thing about this? If you drop multiple copies of this Bismarck, you can get this. Okay, because typically with this type of effect, you're going to go, okay, on attack, look at the top 2, see if there's any climaxes. You pitch those, and then you put the rest back on top of the opponent's deck, so they can't really. So it basically knocking climaxes off top.
Mocha.
Yeah.
It's
so
like Mocha.
This, if you do this multiple times, if you do this turn, all of your other characters gain the following ability. If you do like 3 of these, each consecutive one can do that top check additional times. So it's kind of cool in that regard. Or no, it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. It's when it's placed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you played 2 of this, every single one of your characters would get that effect. So you could do the top check 2 multiple times. So that's kind of cool. I do like that. It's a hella cost from stock being able to play the things, and then the stock to be able to pay for the ability itself. But I mean, if you can get rid of multiple climax, because then you'll top check. Say if you just do 2 of them, you'll top check 2 6 times, and you're going to be able to get rid of some climaxes off of checking 12 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. You're gonna get rid of some, so that's pretty cool. I don't know, and that's kind of low, kind of low cost in the long run, because you can just pay 4 stock, summon the 2 Bismarcks, just put a level 0 in the 3rd one, and then you play the climax, and then you're paying 2 stock pitching 2 cards. So you only paid 6 stock to do that much top checking and get rid of climaxes from the top of your opponent's deck. I'm just formulating it all in my head, so it's pretty cool.
I really like it. And then also, who like the 2-0 Iron Blood event is you discard, and it also says specifically Iron Blood, and I like that, we finally got some kind of thing going on now. When it comes to the TDs, it's you specifically need this faction finally.
Yeah.
You discard an Iron Blood character and you salvage a climax, and then also you choose one of your Iron Blood characters and give it 4K, and it's free.
This is pretty cool. Cool.
That event is something I would run.
And that brings us to the end of all the stuff. So, just because I'm going to go back to the Iron Blood secret rare. I can't remember who it was for some reason. Just to show off.
I can't remember. I see her. Very bad with
Friedrich. There we go. Just because.
Yeah.
So, overall, because now that is the end of all the entire set and all 4 of the trial decks.